There's been a string of extremely wild weather events and weather days that have been happening recently. And it's a mix of we're in the middle of El Nino, but also climate change. And we are shattering all sorts of records left and right. So, first, I want to show you this here. This is from CBS News. Florida ocean temperatures peaked to almost 100 degrees amid heat wave. Quote, you really can't cool off. So in South Florida, the ocean is like a literal hot tub. This is wild, man. This is crazy. I've never heard of anything like this before. Floridians usually flock to the ocean to escape the summer heat, but this week it may not have been much help as sea surface temperatures soared to the mid-90s, even encroaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit at some points. Some of the highest temperatures seem to be around South Florida, with a NOAA buoy off the tip of the state, recording a water temperature of nearly 97 degrees Fahrenheit on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, the temperature in that area dropped down to just under 94 degrees. Oh, really cool. Before dropping even further to about 88 degrees as of Friday morning. Those warm waters were even farther north around Tampa Bay. That's like, western central-ish Florida. Buoy data shows Old Port Tampa recorded temperatures surpassing 94 degrees Fahrenheit on Thursday, while a buoy in nearby Clearwater Beach recorded temperatures as high as 91 degrees the same day. The Atlantic coast is seeing temperatures in the mid to high 80s. The Weather Channel's Stephanie Abrams told CBS Mornings on Friday that June marked the third consecutive month of record ocean waters. Let me repeat that. Third consecutive month of record ocean waters. Not only are we seeing the warmth in the Pacific with the building of El Nino, but also over the North Atlantic, she said the water temperatures near Miami are in the mid-90s. Okay, so this is terrifying, but I got more for you. Phoenix breaks record with 19th straight day of 110-degree highs. Phoenix's summer has officially gone from abnormally hot to record-breaking hot, as the temperature at Sky Harbor International Airport hit 110 degrees Fahrenheit for the 19th consecutive day, the longest streak ever recorded in the valley. The National Weather Service recorded temperatures of 110 at the airport Tuesday. The previous record of 18 straight days of 110-plus highs was initially set in 1974, which was tied Monday with a high temperature of 116. 110-plus highs are expected to continue throughout the week, meaning each day is likely to set a new record. The same is true for our streak of excessively high overnight lows. Phoenix set a new record for consecutive days with lows of at least 90 degrees Fahrenheit Monday and set a new mark this morning with its ninth straight day when the mercury bottomed out at 94 degrees. So look, understand something. You literally cannot live without AC. You can't live without AC there. It's not possible. By the way, AC is not classified as a human right. I think heat is, but AC isn't. But I don't know. When you read something like this, it's like, I think it kind of is, right? And how much longer can we go down this path until it's just like, Phoenix is uninhabitable now? If you have like 2-month-long streaks in the summer, they're like 125 degrees, 130 degrees. Humans can't live in that. They can't do it. This is where we're at now. Now, again, to be clear, it's a mix of El Nino and climate change that got us to this point. But, you fear, is this just going to be like the new normal? The southwestern and southern U.S. are grappling with relentless heat wave that left 104 million Americans under extreme heat alerts. The triple-digit highs, along with excessive nighttime lows that make it difficult for people's bodies to cool down after arduously hot days, pose significant health risks. The elderly, young, those with chronic illnesses, and unhoused people are especially high risk for heat-related illness, but even healthy individuals can quickly succumb to such high temperatures. Heat waves are becoming more intense, lasting longer, and more frequent due to human-caused climate change. Okay, so understand something, guys. I've actually noticed this, too, in Virginia. Like, I'm a weird mix because I like it to be really chilly inside. Like, at night, I like it at, like, 65 degrees. And during the day, I like it at, like, 67, 68. This is inside. But outside, I have a really good tolerance for extreme heat. Like, I've played golf in 95-degree weather, and it was hot, but, you don't think much of it. You think you're fine. But this summer in particular, there's been a couple days where I've been outside, and I'm only outside for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, which for me is nothing. Like I said, I've spent 4 hours out in 90-plus degree heat, no problem. I have a pretty high tolerance for it. But even me, I'm out there like, goddamn, it's really hot. Like, this is uncomfortable. I don't want to be out here. And that's a first in my life. Like, usually I'm a summer lover. I love the summer. I love it when it's hot outside and sunny outside. But even me, I go outside, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is hotter than I've experienced. Between the heat and the humidity, the wet bulb temperature, as they call it, is super high. It's not sustainable. I got more for you. China reports a temperature of 52.2 degrees Celsius, which is 126 degrees Fahrenheit, breaking the country's all-time high. This was July 16th. 126 degrees Fahrenheit. Quote, hell on earth. Experts warn the world is entering uncharted territory as Northern Hemisphere sees scorching temperatures. Heat dome hits U.S., Saharan furnace grips Europe, and China hits record 52.2 degrees Celsius. The world is entering uncharted territory, experts have warned, as heat waves hit Europe, America, and Asia simultaneously, with a Saharan blast gripping Europe, a heat dome hitting the U.S. and China recording temperatures of 52.2 degrees Celsius, that's 126. Extreme heat currently engulfing the Northern Hemisphere is set to intensify this week, causing overnight temperatures to surge and leading to an increased risk of heart attacks and deaths. This is one of the side effects, y'all. The WMO warned that the heat wave was in its early phases, saying it expected temperatures in North America, Asia, North Africa, and the Mediterranean to be above 40 degrees Celsius for a prolonged number of days this week as the heat wave intensifies. Then they talk about wildfires have hit swaths of the U.S. and southern Europe, Canada as well, threatening people's homes and lives, with 1,200 children rescued by Greek authorities from holiday camps threatened by flames yesterday. Europe, the world's fastest warming continent, is bracing for the peak of the heat wave today or tomorrow, with the temperatures as hot as 49 degrees Celsius. That I'm not good at determining Celsius, but that's well over 100. On Sunday, the village of Sanbao in northwest China, we talked about this, 126 degrees Fahrenheit. Around 230,000 people were evacuated from their homes. Jesus. The world has just experienced its hottest week ever recorded, and now meteorologists are saying that worse is yet to come, with July potentially set to become the hottest month ever. July, the hottest month ever. We are shattering all sorts of records. One of the things with climate change is not just extreme heat, it's a massive increase in all sorts of extreme weather events. Higher highs, lower lows, more typhoons, more hurricanes, more drought, more famine, wars over water is something that will eventually come, and some places are going to be literally uninhabitable. The Middle East comes to mind. There were some articles that said by 2100, the Middle East will be uninhabitable. This has gotten out of hand, man. Now, again, I want to be clear, it's a mix of both El Nino and climate change that got us to this point, but it's kind of scary when every single time the scientists look at the data, they come back and say, yeah, this is worse than what we thought the worst case scenario would be, which is something I hear all the damn time. So, for the love of God, we got to get off the fossil fuels. We got to move towards green and renewable technology. It truly is unsustainable when you think about how this is progressing. There are consequences for us pumping massive amounts of carbon into the air, and we're sort of reaping what we sowed here, or we made our bed and now we're going to sleep in it. Use whatever sort of, whatever line you'd like, but this is not good, and it doesn't seem like it's being treated with the seriousness that it deserves. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.